In this video, I'm showing you how I got a post with 65,000 impressions and 439 likes on LinkedIn. This is going to be an easy guide walking you through the most important factors of writing a post or creating a post that goes viral on LinkedIn. Let's get into it. This is the post that we're talking about. This is the copy prior to the post, and then this is the carousel. It's got 22 pages. I'm not going to walk through every page of what's in here, but I'm going to use some of the pages inside as an example to explain the concepts that I'm sharing with you in this video. Here you can see 65,000 impressions, 439 or 440 likes, and it's a carousel, which is important. Carousels generally will be the posts that get the most impressions, especially when there's a bunch of pages, like 22 pages. The reason behind this is because LinkedIn likes watch time. It's like YouTube in that way. The longer people spend on your posts, the more LinkedIn looks at the post and they're like, okay, this must be a good post. Let's push it out to more people. So if you can create an in-depth carousel where you're getting people to stay with the post and get through multiple slides, you're going to get more impressions on that than if you just write a simple post like this. Also, in-depth posts are best in carousels. You really do not want to write an in-depth post with loads of text so people will just scroll past that. And longer carousels get more watch time if they're engaging. So don't just pile up the pages for no good reason. Pile up the pages if you've got some interesting and engaging and useful information to share. A good range for your carousels would be 12 to 25 pages. That's pretty much the maximum. You can do more than that, but remember, it should be very useful. Useful content, it doesn't really matter how long you make that as long as it's useful all the way through. Something that's even more important is having a good hook. Now, the way you write a good hook, the easiest way to write a good hook is to specify ease of use plus a benefit. So as you can see, 5 simple copywriting tips. That's ease of use. I'm saying these tips are simple and the copywriting tips. So you're going to learn about copywriting. That's also a benefit. And for irresistible content, that's another benefit. 10x your writing in 10 minutes, that's another benefit. Your benefits are the most important thing in your hook. What does the reader get out of reading this? That's what you want to communicate in your hook. The more you can do that, the more people will want to read your content because they'll want to get that outcome. Another great thing to include in your hook is get a benefit in a short time frame. So become a 10 times better writer in 10 minutes is a great benefit in a short time frame. This is going to get people to click through as well. The good news is you can create 2 months of LinkedIn content with my free 74 LinkedIn post ideas and hooks with examples. Scan the QR code on the screen or click on the link in the description to download these. You've got nothing to lose except for the opportunity to download this PDF because it won't be free and available forever. Download now. This will actually help you create better hooks so that you can get more people reading your content and you can get more views, more impressions. Next up is choosing a popular topic. This is very important as well. Copywriting is a popular topic because a lot of people want to get into copywriting right now, and a lot of people have the wrong assumption that copywriting is very easy to get into. So a lot of people see it as a get rich quick scheme. They think they can just use AI and it'll make it easy for them and stuff like that. So there are a lot of aspiring copywriters. So copywriting is a good topic to use in order to create posts that get more impressions. Other popular topics include productivity, work-life balance, working from home, LinkedIn guides. But really, these are very broad topics. You want to find a popular topic around the service or product that you offer within your industry. Something that's a popular topic in your industry, go with that. A real popular topic at this moment is AI in pretty much any industry. If I create a post on how to write LinkedIn posts with AI, that's generally going to perform pretty well because people want to be able to get work done with the least amount of effort possible, and people think that AI will do that for them. So that's why that will work. Next thing you need to include is your personal expertise. Now, the reason why you need to include your personal expertise is because this allows you to include information, tips, guides that come from your experience and they're not generic. So no one else can actually duplicate your content because it's coming from your experience and what you know. And people can't just use ChatGPT to create a post for them and come up with the same thing that you're coming up with. Keeping it unique to your experience means that people can't get this information anywhere else, which means following you, reading your content is more valuable than if you created content that just shared the same tips, the same steps that everyone else is sharing. For example, in this, we've got use active voice, which is a great tip. I had a lot of trouble learning how to use active voice in my experience. So I'm explaining it in a very, very simple way that made it easier for me to understand, as well as giving people a tool to use that makes it super easy to check if your writing has passive voice. This is the tool, Hemingway, and this is a tool that really helped me in learning about passive voice and active voice. In using my experience, I'm giving a very unique perspective on learning how to use passive voice. And even when I'm sharing best practices or tips that pretty much everyone who knows what they're doing will share with you, I'm still writing it in my tone of voice from my perspective. That's very, very important. The last thing I want to walk you through is the carousel copywriting formula that I use. So first we start off with the hook, and then we've got a rehook. In a carousel, this will all be on the title page, but up here you can see this is the hook, 5 simple copywriting tips for irresistible content. And then we've got the rehook, which is become a 10 times better writer in 10 minutes. A rehook can do a variety of things. You can add more context to your hook, and you can use a secondary hook here. This is a secondary hook, as well as it adds more context to this hook up here. Then we have proof of experience. I've been creating content for 13 plus years. I've learned a lot along the way. Then I've got my stats. I've generated millions of views. I've spent years honing my copywriting and content creation skills. Here's what I've learned. And then we go into the steps, and then we've got 5. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll go through each step, explain how this works in a what, why, how formula. Active voice is the what that I'm talking about. So the point that I'm creating up here. So when it's at one point, this is what I'm talking about. That will be the what. Then we go to why this is important, then how to use it. Generally, we'll use an example to show you how to do that. What? Get to the point fast. Why? You only have a few seconds to capture attention. If you've wasted these seconds waffling, people leave. Here are 3 best ways to start your content. Then we go into how to actually do this. After these steps, we do have a recap here. Sometimes I'll add a bonus tip depending on the carousel. So this, we've got a bonus tip here, and then we've also got a recap. And then I've also got a call to action with added value. We've taught you how to write better posts than 90% of people, but I'm also giving you 5 lead attracting LinkedIn post examples and explaining each of these tips in depth by giving you a link to the full blog post. So this gives you even more in-depth information. If you read this post and you was like, oh, this was good, I learned something from this, and then you get to the end, you're like, oh, I want to learn more about this. I want to learn some more in-depth information. Then you go to this blog post. These days, I'm linking to my YouTube videos in the comment section, but for this specific post, I linked to the blog post, and this worked really, really well because people went to this blog post and then they signed up to my email list through there. So that's how it's done. That is how you write viral content on LinkedIn and get thousands of impressions. Use a good hook. Generally create a carousel, use a popular topic, add personal expertise, and follow my copywriting formula. If you got any questions or any other tutorials you want me to make, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll see you in the next video.